Is it you? Just now you called my house. This is Heminhong's cousin. After Hong came back, she fell ill for 3. So I can only say, tell me if you have anything to do. My name is Lindley, and no thanks. Please come back. I know. Because I was a little unhappy about Xiao's resignation. I really didn't expect, originally, wanted to deal with it coldly for a few days. If you don't want to do it, you won't do it. The procedures are not complete, and you can leave. Is really humane. Xiao resigned because of some misunderstanding. We find a tea house or something. It's not convenient. Let's. Xiao. Yi, what are you carrying in your pocket? Cousin? It's something like anti-wolf spray. I am used to going out at night. Please worry about it. I'm really sorry if I'd like to trouble you. Let Xiao know. As for definitely hope. It's all a misunderstanding. As for the past few days, everything is business as usual, not counting absences. I asked Hong when I came down, and if we don't want to go back to work, we respect Xiao's choice to post a statement on Weibo for a fee. Is it that kind of public relations statement? Well, it is time to sign a contract. Write a statement on Weibo. Don't dare to ask for money from an unknown source. It's not good to put it in black and white. We just ask Xiao, to make a public response to today's anonymous long Weibo. The persecution. What is the matter? Do you need thugs? What Weibo? Okay. The part. We've drawn the yellow line. But this matter must be resolved today. Cash. Post before 10 o'clock tonight. We need to see Xiao. On the one hand, that 5,000. I'm so sorry for the two of. Right now we only have this cash on hand. If LL see the effect later. We're not the ones who are. Wait. Can we talk about it? You two should think. When you think it through, press the video phone at 2203. The cash. We'll let Hong wait for you there. The two big Buddhas will be brought in. Wei Mihong has no one around, so they came up like this. Instead, they exposed their anxious attitude in front of us. Wait patiently for them to increase the price. Xiao, cousin. The society is so complicated. The female director is still thinking about. She is really not a good bird. Then, I will open the door first. Here I come. Zhen.
我有件事想跟你说。
I have something to tell you. I made a mistake in judging the Li family. Found out that Li Qixing's mother followed me. They can do such a thing today. These days, their family is in a state of chaos, and their behavior is an A. With the financial resources of the Li family, really hire people to do something. What's the matter? That both of you have to. Careful, it's okay, it's a big deal. Involved by me, I'm sorry. But I will pay close attention to it, and I will. You feel that the situation is out of control. Personal information and I can. It myself, okay. I didn't expect that I will still implicate you if you have any ideas, just say it. Except the verbal agreement I just made with your former boss, it's okay. There is that you don't have to. I don't want money. And I will never do it for it, a few dollars, to overturn what Joyⅅ said. Lin. Hey. The price for the bad things she did in private and the things that bullied our employees. As long as it is within my power, even if I suffer a loss, I have to maintain justice. It's not 5,000 yuan. Be tens of thousands, at least it can be doubled. You just started working. There must be a process in this process. Life will be very difficult. Think about it. You control your expenses. You must pay the fixed monthly rent. Life is very stressful. I want to see more than her words and deeds. To make this statement for a fee, let's go down and let us know. ILO go down and tell them. Sister Zhu. They won't swallow me alive, right? Let me go down with you. Zhen, let's go down and go into the room and say, Sister Zhu should, and make it look like I'm sick? There's no need for this. I have to tell you clearly. This time, because I stirred up public opinion before, became more and more difficult to deal with in the industry. Someone finally stood up. A large amount of evidence of Li Sun's crimes she hadn't figured out. But with the growing influence of public opinion, this time she felt that the opportunity came. It was thrown on the internet. Li Qixing crashed into a car. And the sky was right. So when he landed, no matter what he did, it would be too late. I understand. But the search for this space is closely related to David. But he didn't know it himself. So I'm afraid that when Li Qixing reacts, he will realize David's role in it. Li Sun is very likely to go to jail this time. Also go to jail. For drunk driving and accidents. Things. So. I think their revenge will be very strong. Much more serious than I expected before. It's because I didn't consider it carefully before, and it hurt you. So I must keep my warning in mind. I firmly believe that. Do all these things voluntarily. Since this is the case, it has nothing to do with you, I thought. I would be happy when this matter is over. But now I am not happy at all. Carry. Drink. Xiao. Xiao. Xiao, what are? As I said, I. And I won't post on Weibo for a fee. Xiao, I really don't know why you resigned. You see, you gave a lot of reasons. It was you who were talking, and I was listening all the time. While you were talking, you proposed to resign yourself. I approved it. But I was really at a loss. The things you wrote on Weibo think that I persecuted you at work, so I implore you, as the person involved, although we have not worked together for a long time, we've been working together for a while. Suffer from this kind of innocent disaster, I understand that. You are not working in the company now, so I will definitely not let you come. This are me and Mr. Liu. I just took out 20,000 yuan from the ATM. Don't take it. If I can understand what you have done, I can post this Weibo for free. No matter how much money you give me. Behavior without conscience. You must be principled. Have made our attitude very clear. Don't be rough or call me a security guard. Where are there so many girls? Shared housing. This, you still think about this. Liu, you heard me. I really didn't do anything, who knows herself. And I just wanted to let her. And she ended up, as she was talking, suddenly said that she was going to resign. I am not the right person, do you know? Saw the money and she didn't react at all. 2 executives and 1 director. Thank you, but it's a pity that the 20,000 yuan was lost. Sister Zhu and you, He Minhong, just need to declare and earn 20,000 yuan, directly used to pay the rent. Seeing that The 20,000 yuan at the door of the house can't be taken. Stabbed her again with a. The relationship that has been so hard won down to freezing point again. Sister Zhu. Talking nonsense. I have no choice but not to suffer. I am back. My mother sent some vegetables. I'll warm them up later. Let us eat together. All the things I did were for my revenge. I hid behind the shadows and did whatever I could. After staring at the devil for a long time, you will become a devil yourself. I thought that after I got revenge, this matter would be over. But it didn't. It didn't. And, yes, how do you say it? It means that we will eventually live in the way we hate. We will eventually live in the way we hate. It seems right. What are we afraid of? What is scary? What we hate is not necessarily wrong. Lucy, I support you. Come and drink. One, slowly, gradually, I don't feel any more. Jackie. Jiang is. That my love, do you? Want to have a karaoke session? It's okay, I'll do it. You slow down. Who opened the door early in the morning? It Hong Hong will make egg pancakes for us, for fear of. You're going to change your career to become a food blogger, sister. Xu, hurry up and eat it. I'll wait for you to eat together. I'm not hungry. Then I won't be polite. Eat it and try my handicraft. If he raided Shanghai without money, would I dare to leave him alone? I asked him whose bastard I am, and he happily hooked him up. You are my bastard, my bastard. Leave me alone? It's over, how bad? Only worse than you. I'm worrying about not being able to catch you when you've got an order. Go to Shanghai. I'll wait for you. He Minhong. I'm not great, I'm rebellious, not filial, no. 2 days ago, and suddenly attacked me, but she didn't call me afterwards. I do, now she has her own small family, and a happy life. She will want to be a decent person, commonly known as face, saving, in addition, the place where she works. Slight disturbance of shame. For a lifetime, she doesn't dare to go all out. Who has been pulled down anyway? Talent is worthy of an orange warning. I have a deep understanding that because I have been running around the rivers and lakes since I was a child. It's delicious. Another one. Here it is. It's cold outside. There's cold air. Add more clothes. Sesame, walnut, soy milk. This refueling stick. I eat pure pancakes. Don't look at my bamboo pole. There is a lot of meat, you are too thin, and the lack of. I eat it, it's true that I. Be honest, I used a customer's network before. After digging up the private information of the Li family and his son, I crossed the river and demolished the bridge. I didn't contact him again, and later, I inquired about the Li family through other channels, including other victims working in Beijing. I only know Li Qixing is in the hospital, and I feel that the calm too suddenly. I am a little worried. The prophet will tell you, okay. We'll continue to pay attention to Qixing's developments. Just take care of yourself. You have a bad mentality now. The secondary injury is far from over. Don't boil yourself to death just halfway through. You, Chuhui, modeled your response curve yesterday. Yesterday, don't disturb me to sleep. I've hard and practiced hard. Yu Chuhui, a lazy learner, has completely ruined my 3 views. Also pays attention to the spirit. Is it difficult to model? R. A. Mathematical Olympiad. The method, and there's nothing to ask about it. Chen Xiaoxing, you, re just clever. I ate paste early in the morning, so I'm so dizzy. Yuchuhui, check it out. Why, system upgrade you. The early morning when the rose wakes you up. You said how Zhongping has brain can. An honest person can do this kind of work. I don't want to call her because she is drowsy. A small team of 3 people has emerged. Do your job. Yuchuhui, hurry up and compile the data, the model you built tonight. Okay, anyway, I have no class tonight. I can accompany you. Chen Xiaoxing, you go out for 3 minutes. Have something to talk to Haozi. I will give you 10 minutes. Zhongping Hao. What do you mean? People like whoever wants to marry me. The golden chain has a way to give my dad a sap at any time. I know your family is responsible. People, don't trouble your parents. I will continue to be a normal colleague. In the future, it's human made if you want it. I'm not willing to. I don't want to bear the scruples caused by you in the future and destroy the foundation. Every step of the way, it's better for each other to consult. Thank you for your cup. Song. Lee. Why did you come to see me? On purpose. Sit down. For a while. I'm sorry, I was impulsive. It's okay. You don't have to tell me. You re-sorry, you re-also a victim. If it wasn't for those, would be used in this way. Through me, I'm brought you into this turmoil. When you meet a nest of old foxes who are fighting each other, our energy is all on the work. Is on playing with people's hearts. I should. I apologized to you earlier. But my Weibo has too much attention now. I am afraid that my public apology will be misinterpreted by others and become pressure on you. Send a private message. It's a pity that can't help you get reinstated. It's okay, director. And she persuaded me to go back to work, saying that the 2 articles, I can go back to work. I won't do it. Well, I won't go if you give me money. Hard for you. but you can applaud. The company just announced that director Lin has been transferred back to the headquarters. This means that the anonymous person posted 2 articles. The long is all about the truth. The former vice president and director Lin and replaced the former general manager by teasing our author's emotions. We did and expect that the middle and senior management of their company is a nest of snake rats. We will suffer in vain. It means that you will lose your job for nothing. I believe that time will always prove everything, although is to ignore the profit and forget the righteousness. Silly bird, it's good to live up to. Others, you can come to me anytime. No need, it's too polite. Mr. Wang. Can't learn much from you, just tell the truth. There is much to learn from. The boss is wise. I am so happy. I must report it to everyone. Songli took the initiative to say sorry to me. Director, I lost my job. I finally didn't. You. Haven't told others about this. Have you, sister? Are all speculative. The provoking and using you was edited by me to untie you. Commonly speaking, it is impossible for. She is much higher than you. When Zhang Qian was here, she could not go past Zhang Qian to find you. When Zhang Qian was in office, Lin, the possibility of. The director provoking. Your relationship with Songli. Please recall it well. So I read. In fact, Director Lin didn't do it. It really pissed off the head office. To disclose the company's privacy, to stab the former general manager. And her small actions can't work on you. The head office will not force you to resign. With the second article compiled by Chu. I understand, thank you, Sister Zhu. Little. Master, I didn't have lunch. Come here. Little master, I have some bad news for you. You must be calm. It's me and Professor Tao's sex scandal again. Heard it from my college classmate. After hearing it, I didn't eat the meal. And it's useless to take out David's photo. But there are always people who insist that. Anything for the sake of being in the top position. Why don't you be late, just don't go online. Some people don't say anything in front of you. They can say everything anonymously on the internet. It's too. Published too few papers as a corresponding author. This reason at all. Yubo. Those who have the same qualifications as you, those are already very top-notch. They deliberately ignore Professor Tao and your discovery. Just watch. In the future, it's all malicious. The routine is too old, and I'm really not interested in dealing with it. But no matter how old the routine is, no matter how old the gossip is, circle around you like a mosquito. Take a. Actually, you can think like this. Good, really. I have no choice but what to do. And I think the sooner the construction, the better. By the way, I have one. Now a middle-level senior in a pharmaceutical factory. Let him have a look. Okay. I will sort it out and send it to you in a while. I will not bother you for now. Don't take the scandal to your heart. You can put it on the spot. Already believe that you will not bow down for 5 buckets of rice. Little master, I think what he said is very reasonable. It is strengthening psychological construction. As long as you are good enough, you will continue. Will also. Shut up, so we have to work hard. Especially as girls, we must be self-improving. DUBBED mentioned this when I was looking for a job in my junior year. I deeply felt it. Just tell. This document is. And read it. Ask me if you don't understand anything. Little master. What's your business? I'll pick you up after work. And borrow. A car. I quit my job. I will go out and see the beautiful rivers and mountains of my motherland. What kind of wind is blowing recently? Lucy also quit. And even the most stable He Minhong quit. Didn't you say goodbye before? Counting the flow with my fingers, after can be paid without any worries with my current savings. That without constructive work is too short to be wasted. So, you have to please yourself all the time. Are you trying to hide from Li Qixing? Why am I avoiding him? I didn't do anything. And I'm his friend. So why bother me? But let me tell you. This guy has a lot of troubles lately. Family's family background, his. After that, he will have to pay fines. Will definitely not be able to keep his house. In this way, he doesn't even have a place to stay. In Shanghai, his family is full of affairs and it may be very difficult to stay in Shanghai to work in the future. And finally, stays in Shanghai without his father. He can only slowly survive at the grassroots level. We return to Beijing. It seems reasonable to have a chance to meet. I will go to sleep. Don't peek at me sleeping. This male peacock will come to open a screen anytime, anywhere. How often do you check the bathroom? Hours 1. Manager Zhu, pay attention next time. It's really you. Go ahead. Okay, Jimu. I'm on a business trip in Shanghai. So you're here because I made an appointment with a friend. By the way, this is my business card. I've been promoted. You read the same.
Yeah.